Coverage you can count on. KOMU 8 News starts now.
A bomb threat forces an evacuation at the Best Buy in Columbia this afternoon. Good evening, I'm Savannah Rudicel.
And I'm Blake Salmon. Thank you for joining us. According to Columbia Police,
another big story tonight. The East Coast is still reeling from the effects of Tropical Storm Florence. Forecasters say many areas have yet to see the worst. NBC's Jay Gray has the latest.
A day later, Carolina Beach, North Carolina.
Experts predict water levels will continue to rise and cause severe flooding. Missouri Task Force 1 is continuing to help with the rescue efforts in North Carolina. The task force says its teams are operating in 25 to 40 mile per hour winds and heavy rain.
You can expect a message soon from presidents on Thursday.
There are 52 days until the general election. Both sides were out campaigning today for Democrat incumbent Claire McCaskill and her Republican challenger, Attorney General Josh Hawley. The first candidates forum between the two was only yesterday. The Missouri Republican Party has a goal of reaching 100,000 people throughout the state today. Volunteers in Columbia made cold calls and went door to door trying to convince people to vote for Hawley.
Today it's a huge day of activism, true, and believe in our hearts.
KOMU reached out to the Missouri Democratic Party and McCaskill's team in Columbia. We were not able to get in contact with the spokesperson about the senator's campaign.
Shakespeare's Pizza asked from the day.
Tickle Me Elmo has been a favorite toy for years, but playing with toys like Elmo can be a big challenge for children with disabilities. A local organization is changing that. Switched Adapted Toys is modifying toys to make them easier to play with for children with impaired motor skills. The group today taught volunteers how to rewire electronic toys to be operated with a large button. A physical therapist says these toys can offer a sense of independence and accomplishment for children.
Our kids with motor impairments have...
There will be another opportunity to help adapt toys on the 29th.
The Columbia VA put on a car show, and the organizer says it will continue for many years to come.
A Border Patrol agent is in custody after authorities say he murdered 4 women and kidnapped another. Officials arrested Juan David Ortiz after he allegedly picked up the women, who were sex workers, and disposed of their bodies. Ortiz has worked in the field for 10 years, most recently as a supervisor. The Border Patrol's Office of Professional Responsibility says it's working with investigators. Protesters are criticizing the Dallas Police Department's investigation of the fatal shooting of a man who was in his own apartment. 29-year-old Botham Jean was killed last week when a police officer shot him when she thought he was in her apartment. A local news station released a tweet that said marijuana was found in Jean's apartment. Protesters took to the streets with solidarity for Jean's family, saying the police department is, quote, trying to assassinate his character.
The Missouri boy who made national headlines, a hot sensation.
Coming up, Westminster is getting improvements to its football program. We'll tell you what changes the players and fans saw at today's kickoff next. U.S. Energy Secretary Rick Perry says the United States could impose more sanctions on Russia for its new gas pipeline. The U.S. said the pipeline would increase Europe's energy dependence on Russia. Perry said he does not want the U.S. to penalize Russia, but he isn't ruling it out. He says Russia has not attempted to improve its relationship with the U.S.
2 fires sparked by lightning strikes.
Westminster College christened its new turf football field with a big win this afternoon. The turf is the first of a $4 million project to completely redo the football facilities. Boosters say there's no other program that deserves the new field more than the Blue Jays.
This field is absolutely beautiful, has earned it.
The Blue Jays beat Iowa Wesleyan 35-10.
And for tomorrow, we're expecting to see mostly sunny skies. Forecast is coming up after the break.
October is getting closer and closer, and the wild card race is getting tighter and tighter.
Now, the Cardinals are trying to hold on to a spot in the postseason. Highlights from Busch Field next in sports.
Welcome back to KOMU 8 News at 10. Here's a look out over Rocheport throughout the day today. We do have a cold front that's going to be moving through. What that's going to do is help our temperatures return towards average and give us the next chances for rain.
Megan, thanks. The Tigers faced off on their first road test tonight.
And we'll have the highlights to show you if they made the grade. That's next in sports. This is KOMU 8 News at 10. Coverage you can count on.
And a sweet note to end on, our very own Megan James became an aunt today. There you see Luke Mason Milholland. He was born just a few hours ago at 5'10". He weighs in at 8 pounds even and is 20 inches long. We're really hoping he'll be a Mizzou Tiger and maybe even a future meteorologist here for KOMU. Megan, congrats.
Congratulations.
He is so cute.
He's darling.
My happy tears all day. Mom was texting me pictures, and man, he really melts my heart. I can't wait to go and meet him tomorrow.
Oh, absolutely. Well, that's so
Yeah.
to you and the family.
Thank you, thank you. We're all super excited. Parents are super excited to finally be grandparents too.
I bet. Well, that's our time for now. Thanks for joining us.
On air.